Yeah, I thought it was a great match. Two great teams. Purdue's just got firepower all over the place, and I really liked how we handled set 4. Obviously we had the lead and let that go, so maybe not that part, but man, down 22-24, we've talked about being aggressive in those situations, and I thought we did that both offensively and behind the line. I said Nora missed her second serve, but had she not gone for her first one, that team and system would have won the game. And so her importance of being aggressive back there, I think, is an example that we've got to continue to do against great teams.
Questions?
Yeah, both teams were ripping balls today. I mean, it looked like, every hitter on both sides of the net was going for it. How did you manage to outblock one of the best blocking teams in the country today?
Yeah, I think I think statistically they might be the best blocking team in the country, or
Yeah,
at least up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We think we're a pretty disciplined blocking team too. They were really trying to attack the line, and Kendra did a great job kind of sealing that. And then, both Elise and Kiara are phenomenal blockers. Jaya got a huge block. And then Nora and Ava both came up with some. So, it's a big point of emphasis in our gym, and it was great to see them have some success tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've asked you 1,000 times, and you've said it 1,000 times, how many ways Kendra can impact a match beyond just distributing the ball. Mm-hmm. What did you feel like got her into such a good flow today? Because it seemed like, blocking-wise, setting, killing, like she was just
she was really good
on the gas pedal.
Yeah, she was, and defensively made some plays, and I think Kendra's playing great volleyball. It's where her sister played. I know she had a lot of family here, but I don't want to say that it's because of that, because I think Kendra shows up all the time. But she definitely was really outstanding today.
What type of a ripple effect does it have when you have someone in a pivotal role like that can control the match in multiple ways beyond just the traditional ways you would think?
Well, I think any special play is what I call them, can impact the match. If that's, a defensive player making an unbelievable dig, right? Or a big block, or, the opportunities that Kendra has in different ways outside of settings. So any of those can be huge momentum shifts, and I think we had that a couple times tonight of people making those special plays.
Your hitters kind of, resolve is the word I'll use. Like, it seemed like a lot of times, I won't say every time, but every time they made an error, Kendra would go right back to them and they would put the ball down. Did you see anything in terms of just your point-by-point mentality today?
Well, I think those guys are pretty resilient. I think what we saw from Purdue is they kind of flipped their block. So if we didn't score a point because they blocked Nora, the next time they'd go maybe to Elise. So we were telling Kendra, go back to Nora in some of those scenarios. So, they were making calls from the bench. So we were trying to take some risk of being willing to repeat to players. And I think the good thing is we trust all the players to, if they don't get the kill, they want the ball. I don't think we have a player that's like, oh, I missed one, don't give me the ball. So I think all of them enjoy that opportunity to get another ball again.
When you took that timeout near the end of the fourth set, what did you say to the team in that moment?
Trying to think, at 22-23,
yes.
I think it was.
22-21.
23-21.
Yeah.
I think I reinforced that we'd been in this situation before, that we're really good at end game. We're proud of, we've had some close games and we've done pretty well in those scenarios. And the importance of we've got to go for it. And then we always talk about what's going on, what we're running, what they're running, and some tactical things. Actually, I think in that we were releasing to the outside, so it was a little different than what we'd been doing the whole time.
And then talk to me a little bit about Maddy Bilinovic's performance this week. Big East Defensive Player of the Week. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, Maddy is just covering a ton of court, and I thought not only was she great defensively, but she was really locked in from serve receive standpoint. And she's a spiritual leader on the team. She's a feisty, high energy kid, and I think that is really good for us. And in different moments, especially in big moments, sometimes like that energy can relax people and tell them to go for it.
Bounce back type of performance. I imagine in the gym all weekend, you guys were kind of probably not happy because of the way the weekend ended. And what did you see from the way your team responded, especially dealing with some in-match adversity as well?
Yeah, I'm super proud of the girls, honestly. I think that we had a bad taste in our mouth after those 2 losses last week, and we talked all week about what we can do to go out there on point one and be ready to take on a big team like that. And I think that the big difference there is, making points like little runs to 2 instead of just thinking of oh, we got to get to 25. No, we got to get this next point. And I think that we did a really good job of coming together and staying focused and on the game plan, things like that, to make sure that we can execute. So it's definitely a really good stride for our team.
Defensively, how are you guys able to handle the ball the way you were against, Coach Coney, even someone like Raven Colvin, they're so dynamic. How are you able to handle the ball against that kind of attack?
Yeah, we talked a lot about serving. We knew that we had to knock them out of system. And then once we did that, our block was able to be set up, and then it makes our life a lot easier in the backcourt to work around your block like that. But yeah, props to the blockers and being aggressive behind that line, because it makes your life way easier to play right off that middle blocker's hands. And I could see everything that's going on when we're set up like that. And so yeah, I would give it to them for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't just ace blocks, like it was touches too, and that's they came into the weekend the best blocking team in the country numbers wise. From your vantage point on the court, what did you see that was so effective with your team that you were able to block a team like that?
I think we were just locked in. We scouted pretty heavily, and yesterday against Kansas, they showed us a couple different things that we weren't really expecting. So that was another flip we had to make, and just those conversations. And it's really just about like in-game adjustments. I think that if our plan is to do this, and maybe we go out there and that's not what we're seeing, it's immediately we have to change it. So, and I think that we did an awesome job of that.
Growing up, going to high school, not too far from here, just what playing in this arena means to you?
Yeah, I think it's really special to be able to come back, but also like the incredible Creighton fan base that also traveled here. And so being out there and being with my teammates and seeing all of us, we have a lot of Kansas girls on the team, so all of us to kind of collide both worlds of past and present, it was very, very special. And I think a lot of us had a lot of family members and a lot of Creighton fans who made the trip to come and support us.
Who did you have in the crowd cheering you on?
Oh, I had my high school team. I had some old club coaches, club teammates, family members, a lot of Creighton fans, friends that I know, so lots of people.
Yeah, that's awesome. How did you guys up front prepare this week to combat a really explosive Purdue team?
We just talked about kind of their tendencies, knowing what to expect. We knew their outsides were going to have a really good night. We knew their middles have the potential to go off, so it was a lot of just containing what we can contain, and then knowing that we deserve to be out there. We deserve to go out there and play with the best teams in the country. So playing our game, playing our speed, and just kind of doing what we know we can do. And so I think that paid off for us in the end.
Matt?
What'd you make of the efficiency of your middle opposite rotation? You guys were hitting an absurd clip, and Nora and Ava weren't really doing anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we had this trust and we knew it. And so, again, just having that experience. And tonight we got lucky enough to kind of see some good looks that we wanted. And so being able to just trust them, let them go for it. And then they got hot. And, as soon as someone gets hot, you keep going for it.
Two more.
Kirsten mentioned it was kind of tactical on your guys' part, that you identified that Purdue wasn't necessarily, lining up to block the same side of the net on consecutive rallies.
Yeah.
So it seemed like there was a lot of moments in the match where one of your hitters would make an error and then you would go right back to them.
Yeah.
How big were the moments where they got a kill on the follow-up?
Yeah, again, it's just that trust. You always talk to your hitters about, hey, I trust you, I want you to go for it. And so being able to know, hey, if they just got blocked or if they just made an error, they can come right back, and I have full faith that they're going to go out there and destroy it. And our passers are doing a great job at putting us on the net to be able to kind of run everything that we wanted to tonight, which also had a huge impact in our variance and our kind of efficiency from every position tonight.
See how her face didn't change when she caught that?
Last question.
Yeah, I guess 24, 22, 23, 21, you're kind of chasing the game at that point. In the back of your mind, I'm sure there's some part of you where this might go 5 if we can't be perfect here.
Yeah.
What did you think of, what type of plays were you able to make, and what did you think of the way you were able to dig that out and actually win it without going 5?
I can tell you when we were coming out and we were down 23, 21, whatever, Maddy Bilinovic was in that huddle saying, hey, we are going to win this match. There's no chance we're going to a 5th set. We're going to go out there and take this for ourselves. And so we kind of leaned in. We've been working on edge kind of this whole year of just kind of finishing in those tight moments. And so I think we just leaned into that, knowing what we can do and what we can accomplish, and just leaning on each other. And I think our hitters did a great job of taking big swings, kind of taking those rips that we all have faith in them. And we were saying, hey, if you go hard and you get blocked, we're going to be there to cover you. So just keep going for it.